Ninja Turtles, so I think I got to rock with them, and also the boy Beaky's over there. I mean, I cast with him a few times back in the day, so got to ride or die with the boy.
Yeah, man, we got to ride or die with the boy, man. I hope I'm not experiencing technical difficulties, but I'm having a little bit of problem. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties, but hopefully we can get this cast going.
Top Left's lagging out on me right now. Uh-oh, I might be lagging too. Who knows? But Toronto Falters, LA Dweebs kicking it off for this Hacienda hard point. LA Dweebs getting some of that early time. We'll see if they can start to chain something together here. We see Toronto Falters obviously.
Hard one.
Oh, my boy's in and out right now. He's got a problem right now. Internet connection not working out. But P1, LA Dweebs doing a phenomenal job on P1. Not a lot of times you see a team get a decent amount of time on P1, but going 18-0 on P1 and still climbing with that time, not bad at all. But the rotation at P2, exactly what we're looking for in a map like Hacienda, right? You're trying to get a lot of numbers there. You're trying to make sure you get the back spawns. But some numbers here for Toronto. LA Dweebs, all 4 players pushing in as well. 2 towards the back spawn, 2 from the front. 1 going to go down, make it 2, 3, just like that. Toronto starting to cut some players down, get some time. That back spawn, though, going to be a concern. Is Shockley going to be pushing that in? Does get that player in the back. Now going to wait for his teammates to push towards that front. We back top left. Oh no, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep sending it, but Toronto Falters trying to push these players back 2 for 2 on the map. Make it a 3 for 2 as Toronto still fighting these players off, but the back spawn's now gonna be in control of LA Dweebs. Their third push starting to materialize here. Toronto Falters trying to fight this one off the best they can, doing a phenomenal job. Trades coming out on top for them. You got people like Crollo on a 3 streak, Zara on a 3 streak as well. As Beaky and the boys started to get some good kills on the map. The rotation of P3, though, is a little bit of a foot race here. We can see both teams trying to make their way over. Crollo just trying to slow things down so the teammates can make their way over from P2. Staying alive right now, being very annoying by fences, is going to go down, but definitely allowed the Toronto players to start moving around the map a little bit. Maybe give them an opportunity to get here before these corners start getting set up by LA Dweebs. And we start to see that happen as Zara gets here before getting caught out in these corners, but one player, 187, is going to be a little bit dangerous. Does end up going down, and now Toronto Falters up at the moment in this map, looking to keep extending their lead as they get this time. Their first little break was a little decent, but now LA Dweebs coming off those close spawns are getting some bodies back on this point. They're getting some of the kills going their way as well. I say some, they're getting all the kills going their ways. Toronto trying to get a couple players pushed in from that well side of the map. Let's see. But, oh, my boy Top Life still gone. Bro's got some internet problems today. Hey, we respect it, though. That's my GOAT. But right now, LA Dweebs doing a good job. Just getting some decent time on this P3. Their rotation was a little bit rough off the start as Toronto kind of matched their energy right off the bat here. But now Tenacity gets a phenomenal contest, but also ends up with the kill. Last 10 seconds going the way of Toronto, but the rotation of P4, far more important. This is one of those big money hills on the map, just like your P2. Arguably, this one's a little bit better, right? It just depends who you ask and who you play, I guess. You know, that is what it is. LA Dweebs, though, have this early time. We'll see them trying to lock this one down. Zara with another nice, clean kill. Waiting for the teammates to get pushed back up here. They're trying to get some pressure going their way. A couple players channeling out kind of on their own right now. We're going to see some trades back and forth, but overall, LA Dweebs definitely coming out on top of that. Zara trying to push in. No team help really nearby. You got Tenacity somewhat close, but is going to get taken down just like that. LA Dweebs looking great on this P4. Got the hold we're looking for. Some more time going their way. Should be able to easily get themselves up to that 100-point mark if they keep playing like this. But 2 kills the way of Toronto. The nade trade is always going to be great, though. Look at these guys cooking in P4. I mean, you've got Carmination going to be at that 10-7 on a 5 streak, 187 at 13-7. You finally get a break with 14 seconds left, which is a solid 14 seconds. If you can get it, never mind. LA Dweebs still here. Tenacity breaks it back, but should get taken down pretty quickly by that number 6 player for that last 3 seconds. Come on, you want the last 2 seconds. Not going to pick it up. Doesn't matter. Zara grabs the last second just for the vibes. But about a 20-second difference here going into this next full rotation. P1 last time around, LA Dweebs got, what, like 18, 19 seconds off of it, giving up absolutely none to Toronto. I think they got a little more, actually. It was like 25, 26. We'll see if they can do it again here. Did a great job fighting on those that top ring of the map. Toronto here, down by 30. Have to start getting something going as far as making sure we can at least secure a rotation of P2, keeping P1 contested. We see some nice little chows coming out on the map right now, but overall, LA Dweebs coming out on most of them. But there we go, 3 down for the side of Toronto. Just like that, LA Dweebs got to be a little bit careful here. I said on Toronto, the other way around. LA Dweebs had 3 down, but you know how it is. That's the vibes. So we see
Yeah,
Toronto Falter. Wolfie's here.
Oh, you know it's
New
okay. I'm
duo.
in here now.
New
We're
duo,
missing a
baby.
person. You got somebody else here with you. Toronto Falters starting off a little slow here. I'm expecting Beaky to pick this up here. Only 7-13 so far. He's going to be picking up here if he's expecting to get a championship tonight here. Team, he's going to be rotating towards P2. They had a pretty good one last time, if I do recall right. So they need to kind of replicate that here and get some rotations and momentum going into P3.
Yeah, I mean, into P3 would be kind of nice, but that P2 popped off ready to go right. I mean, LA Dweebs cooking it up right now. Last time around, Toronto had a phenomenal P2. Now LA Dweebs trying to do the exact same thing in return, getting a bunch of kills in the back. The front doesn't matter. Love to see Shocklu pushing up towards Rock, just keeping these players from Toronto on their toes, keeping them pushed back into those spawns as far as possible, but just delaying, allowing the teammates to get a lot more free time. And already we're going to have almost a 100-point lead for the LA Dweebs. This is going down perfectly for them, but now a push coming in from Toronto. 3 players from the front. Only 20 seconds remaining on this time. We see a lot of LA Dweebs trying to rotate on over towards this P3, which last time around, they did get majority of the time on. It was very contested back and forth, but LA Dweebs came out with getting about 25 seconds or so on it. So pretty positive for them, but they did a great job on this P2. They've got the rotation over towards P3 side of the map. They just got to try to get Crollo here, who's just going to pop off, pick up 2, and he gets the rotation for his team instead.
Yeah, we saw number 8 there in 187. He was kind of getting those back spawns for him towards that boat side, left side of your mini map there, kind of securing that for his team. But so far, Toronto Falters hitting through the front, getting the kills that they need to here. There's 2 players left on the side of LA Dweebs. Toronto Falters able to pick both of them up. There's some contest on the hill, and that's exactly what they need to do here. They need to get control. They really need to start focusing towards this top plat if they want to be successful here. LA Dweebs looking to get us some contests here, getting some time here. They are up by 60 still, so nothing to super worry about so far. This rotation to P4 is going to be a big one here at this point in the game. LA Dweebs can kind of make a statement, but Toronto Falters, that's their time to come back here as they eventually lose the hard point with about 20 left, and this team spawning towards boat side here. So we're going to be seeing a rotation coming down from the side of Toronto Falters. Well, it'll be a little bit mixy up towards top map. Crollo able to pick up 1 player on the sites. Unfortunately, his teammate's not able to pick him up, but he does eventually get that kill and secures that rotation towards P4 here. So if you're side of Toronto Falters, you're going to need a big 60 or at least 50 here to keep this game in check.
I mean, last time around, LA Dweebs basically got like 45 seconds on this hard point. So we'll see if Toronto can maybe counter this, get that radon back, get themselves all the way back in this game. LA Dweebs trying to get a push together. We see them already trying to get all 4 players involved in this push. They get the first kill. Beaky is going to trade one out, but Carmination is going to get another. The team help is coming in. 3 kills there in their favor. Zara going to get taken down as well, and a flawless break from the LA Dweebs. We see him use all 4 players to get the break in their favor. There's Toronto now coming off a spawn, trying to push this one out, but once again, kind of 1 player at a time, getting taken out here, not having a lot of synchronization with the push towards this P4.
And that's exactly what you need. You talked about the synchronization between players here on P4. It's important if you're trying to break to get that 3 or 4 man rush at least. And LA Dweebs have looked so far so good on this P4. They've only really lost like what 15 or so seconds on both hills on P4. That's exactly what you need to do if you're going to win the game. So far, you're going to be up by 90 points here heading into this final rotation. It's looking like, and so far so good. Shocklu able to control a lot of the top here as he eventually is going to fall to Zara there. As Carmination able to pick up 1 as well. And we just see kind of this checkerboard pattern. If you're side of Toronto Falters, this is not what you want to see. You're spawning out towards that boat side. You're going to have to start fighting towards this P1. LA Dweebs, you're perfectly fine to keep this white. You have that rotation good side towards P2. That's kind of where you've earned a lot of your time here on this hill, or sorry, this game. And so you're looking good there on that P2. So Toronto Falters really just need to fight back here. You got 30 left in old and looking for kind of rotations and flips to be coming here for number 2.
I mean, LA Dweebs have done a solid job the first 2 P1s on this map, just picking up some solid time on it. If you're Toronto, you can't afford to let that happen again here. We see them trying to keep it contested, but once again, LA Dweebs getting the kills on the top ring, making sure the bottom of the map is clear as well. They've got these players just feeling things out, but just like that, 8 seconds left on that last bit of time. The P2 roto going to be massive. Only 1 player here from Toronto. That's going to be Tenacity. Down by 100 points. His team needs him to absolutely pop off right now, but the push does come in. Both teams are going to be here. Crollo picking up 2 massive kills. Carmination trying to counter something out if possible. 3 for Crollo, looking for a little bit more if possible. Zara going to get that last player, but the respawns are in. LA Dweebs, remember, they're only going to need 18 seconds, so not a ton of time that they need to win this one. Toronto have to play perfect.
Yeah, I mean, if they continue to get the 40 here, they're going to still be down by 40 points heading into that P3. Definitely possible, but they're going to need to stay perfect. You mentioned 18 points is all the side of LA Dweebs need. That's pretty much going to be a break, and that's about it. You might have a wave of attack there if you're the side of Toronto Falters. So perfect Call of Duty is needed from here on out, and that's exactly what they're going to need here. So far, so good. 40 seconds into P2 here. They have 20 seconds left. LA Dweebs kind of know that they don't need this time. This time doesn't really matter to the end or the outcome of the game. So they're just starting to get this rotation early, start to play those cutoffs, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're getting the kills as well. So the Toronto Falters are going to be spawning super deep at 5 seconds till new pops, and they're going to start getting in towards new here as that time pops. Toronto Falters, you have a couple seconds here to get something set up and get ready for this break. Otherwise, your game one's going to be over.
Yeah, we do not want game one to be over quite yet, but Toronto, they've got the opportunity to do something absolutely amazing. LA Dweebs, though, have done a solid job on this hill in the past. We'll see if the side of Toronto can start to counter this out. Crollo in a good position to pick up a couple players. Picks up 2 there. A lot of kills going the way of Toronto. Now, LA Dweebs, they've got plenty of time to get a push together, but every second more towards Toronto here seems to look a little bit scarier as far as the comeback is concerned. But LA Dweebs trying to get pushed in as a team. We hear the crews coming in. It's going to pick up 2. One of them going to be a teammate, though, so not the best thing to happen to you. Really could if you're Toronto, though, exactly what you're looking for. Getting this last 20 seconds would be massive, but 3 kills going the way of LA Dweebs. Make it 4 just like that. No one going to get back in time off the respawns. Only 4 seconds, and this one's going to be done. Closest player's got to be, what, 5 seconds out? But 250 to 204 is the LA Dweebs going to take our map 1. But I tell you what, Toronto were shooting back for a while there.
Yeah, I mean, they were starting to make a pretty good comeback there. It does sound like my former replacement is here, so I think I'm gonna dip out. But great first map there from the side of LA Dweebs. Really played that well. Got a little mixy towards the middle, but Toronto Falters, it is game 1. Nerves might be on the line, but they'll be good to come back map 2, I think.
Very valid. He's in one of the rec league as far as BO6 is concerned. But I was just having a fun time. I like a lot of the angles and everything. It kind of feels more comfortable as far as even like hard point and stuff. Felt pretty good on this map. Oh, we left a little bit under, like not under control right there in the middle of the map as 187 just kind of pushes through, gets behind a couple players from Toronto, picks them up basically for free. One more getting picked up as well. And just like that, 3 players down on the side of Toronto and LA Dweebs off to a great start in round 1.
Yeah, man, you got Beaky. You know, see if he can get a little freaky here in this little 1v4, but 187, man, went 187 on Toronto Falters. And now their team is just sitting there, just chilling. They know where the bomb is, playing their positions, making just, hey, Beaky, you got to come to us. You got to play the time. So that is what he's doing. He's going to make his way around the map. He's going to show us
the century, baby.
Beautiful map. You know, we see this police car is coming around the back. Let's see if he can catch Contamination. Oh, he does catch Carmination on a nice little flank. They know where he's at. He's going back for the instant retire because this is Beaky, and he is about to show you guys why sometimes he does get a little freaky, but he's got to get his bomb. He only got 20 seconds left. Let's see if there's enough time to see again.
I mean, it's going to take 5 seconds to plant as well. Oh, he did get spotted right there by Violent, I do believe. A 187 going to turn around. Full Beaky getting pushed in by both players. Does get taken down. Hey, put up a heck of an effort for most of his teammates dying basically 10 seconds into the round. But Toronto Falters going to fall on the first round. But LA Dweebs making it look really clean early on in that defense. Obviously, they saw the gaps in the map and they just took it, right? Right off the bat, 187 with that AR. Pushed through, picked up 2 players, basically uncontested, right? Not much you can do there. If you're Toronto, just accidentally kind of gave up the angle. So it was just kind of chalked right off the bat. Now, are they going to do that again? Absolutely not. They're not going to let that happen again. These boys, they're the top dogs out here. They know what they're doing over in the Silver Premade division. Same thing with LA Dweebs, though. But they're going to be on offense now as Toronto goes to the defense. We have an extra player for Toronto, so that's always fun. But Beaky with the first blood nade kill.
Yeah, Bum Sniffer 5000, man. Hopefully he doesn't
What a name. That's insane.
Spawn in, but Biden, he is down for LA Dweebs. I don't know who took him down. I think it was Biggie. Yeah, Biggie did take him down. So Toronto Falters are starting off. Bum Sniffer, he has to find his way off the map, but he is running around doing something on the map. So hopefully this guy doesn't impact the map right now.
Whose friend is Bum Sniffer 5000? Look at Beaky. He's hunting him down right now. He's like, what are you doing over there? Go back here. He needs aim assist. Beaky, turn the aim assist on for teammates, man. You got this.
Fries, you know, some Louisiana hot sauce with it. He probably was in heaven in that chicken spot. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's starting off 1-0 with LA Dweebs. but they do have the bomb. They're going to take this bomb to A. You got a Toronto Falters surrounding this A side. Biggie taking this route towards the B Street, towards his long street. I don't think this is B Street. We're going to call it B Street today. So he's taking this route towards B Street, and this bomb is stuck towards A.
See that bomb stuck over towards CD. Shockley, though, going to get the first blood for his team. Just like that, LA going to open things up a little bit, but Beaky in a position, maybe pick up a couple kills, gets one, goes for the second, slides out, barely survives, trying to maybe get some team help over the back. He's going to try to get out of here, though. Beaky's running everywhere but out right now. He does finally get out after running a marathon, but LA Dweebs down a player, never mind. Now going to be a 1v3 with Crollo. Shots another one down, and Toronto looking great on this defense. Nice.
That was a Crollo with the slide. Chow right there to win that battle with the player laying down by the bomb. It was actually a big battle, and then Zara just watching over him as he goes for the defuse. You know, I'll take the open again battles. You got 7 seconds to defuse, so I'll take the first couple of seconds out, from you. You already started to defuse, so good job by Toronto tying this up 1-1.
Tying it up 1-1 indeed. Defense. Love to see it. But Toronto Falters now back on offense. This time I imagine they're going to be watching their mid push, making sure they don't just get immediately full sent through those mid doors. But LA Dweebs going to get their nice little defense rolling out. 2 players pushing towards middle, 1B, 1 outer A street. But Crollo, he's going to be in Jenny. Carmination going to take down Tenacity. It's actually a really big first kill. Tenacity very easily able to get those 2 and 3 pieces on the map. But now Toronto down a player, have to try to get this bomb down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to take this bomb towards this A site. Carmination, he's the one watching the generator site. If he's going to charge generators, he's going to run into 2 Toronto Falters. So he's doing a great job just taking his time, watching this beast, just staying inside with his teammates. Beaky slowly making his way up, trying to get closer to his teammates. Bomb slowly making his way towards this A side. Some gunshots did go off by 187, so 187 did see probably Beaky in that outer street area, forcing Beaky to go in generators. There they go for the chow on the BC. Shockley has made the read. He's picking the shots down. Can he finish him off? No, but Violent does finish him off. 187 takes down Zara. Beaky last but alive, trying to find all 4 of the LA Dweebs. Looks the wrong way, gets taken down. LA Dweebs up 2-1.
Just like that, another defense on the board between these 2 teams. But like you said, LA Dweebs going to be up 2-1 at the moment. And once again, just kind of getting that early pressure on the map, pretty much getting total map control right off the bat for LA as far as their defense is concerned. And just taking that first player out, Generator, right, was just immediately going to shut down the Toronto push, kind of scared him a little bit, taking Tenacity off the map right away. Definitely changed things. Shout out to Carbonation for getting that done. They get the kill, right? And they don't even really get damaged on the way out, too. So they felt very confident getting that, getting out, getting reset up. But now LA, on the offensive side, here's they take their bomb over towards a little bit of the middle of the map, but, towards that B outer street side. They've got the ability to move their way back towards A if they so wish. They are watching their back at the moment, but the side of Toronto Falters, they know they're here. They hear the nades, the stuns. They've got a couple stun checks themselves. It's just like that. LA Dweebs, though, kind of bottled up at the moment. The first kill does come in as Tenacity. Chows out 187, gets that, and gets out with his life, no problem.
Yeah, man, I know he called him out. As soon as he threw that tactical, he nailed him with it. So he got him. Crollo, though, makes it even with the kill on the Carmination. Violent puts one down, but Tenacity and Beaky, 2 big kills. Toronto Falters takes the round, tied us up 2-2.
Defense. Name of the game. Both these teams having a tough time on offense, really getting any map pressure whatsoever on offense, trying to get themselves pushed up. We've seen 1 bomb get planted for LA Dweebs, but I think it was like a 2v4 at the time, and they got dismantled pretty quick after getting it planted. So nothing really much we're seeing on offense. So the first team to really get something going on offense should be able to take this. Otherwise, LA is just going to win the whole thing because they're just going to get more defenses by the end of it. So that's a little bit tough. What are you going to do? But LA Dweebs here, we back on defense, the very much so preferred side between these 2 teams. Toronto Falters getting a lot faster. They're trying to get pushed into this B side a lot quicker here. They get some good early damage down, but Shaco on the flank. Beaky takes him out. Big first blood. The second blood coming in as well as 187 off the map. Now going to be a 2v4 in Toronto's favor.
Oh, that was the play right there. Rush B side, throw your tactical as soon as you get there. Zara takes that Carmination. Violent last man alive. 38 seconds for the defuse. He comes out this door. He doesn't look the right way. He's going to run right into Beaky, and Beaky takes him down. Toronto Falters flawless office around there.
I'd love to see that, right? They were like honestly playing scared on their early offensive rounds. Obviously getting picked off early doesn't help when you're down a player, but that one, they just kind of get the nades, the stuns out there, and they immediately full send. They get 187 one shot. He hides in that trailer, and that allows the side of Toronto to push up, get that player taken down, help each other out. Beaky watches the flank. Solid play out of Beaky there. 4-1 on a 3-streaker now. Shout out the man. But good job watching that flank, Beaky. You did your job. But now going to be 2-3 in favor of Toronto Falters. Remember, LA Dweebs did have one round before the restart. Shout out to Bumstan for 5,000 for making us restart that. But now LA Dweebs back on offense.
Yes, they are. They got a crazy 2-2 split here. 2 players Thursday, 2 players on this outer street area. Only player out here is Tenacity. Tenacity's actually inside the burger area, so he can probably make a play if he does get a little, if he does get a little aggressive. But he doesn't know that player is on that top secret, that little top little driveway, drive-through jump up. Crollo first takedown on to Violent. Tenacity takes down 187. Just leaves Shaklu. Carmination last two alive in a 2v4.
Carbonation sees this player over towards the fried chicken diner because we all want the fried chicken diner in our lives. Ooh, Carbonation had some nice shots, but not nice enough to take down the boy Tenacity, who got the nice clean shots in return. And once again, Toronto Falters getting another nice round on the board. They finally get their first 3 first bloods of the game, and it results in 3 rounds in a row. You got to think, getting that first kill on this map has been pretty important.
Yes, it's been. I think it's just really been the figuring out process here for Toronto Falters. I think they figure out what LA Dweebs are going to do, and now they're starting to make the plays. They got this little disadvantage right now, so let's see if they can hold it. Continue this on this offense. They are going to probably. They got player 5 going towards that street area. They're going to take this bomb to A site, trying to get there very fast. The route through generators is going to be on. Do they see anybody? Any first blood? Tenacity does get the first blood. Violent does trade that out. Beaky gets Violent for that trade. Bomb going down on A.
Bomb is being planted. 187 in Shaklu. These 2 players for LA have to try to take down 3 from the side of Toronto and get this bomb defused, which does take 7.5 seconds. So you got plenty of time to play the map here. Oh, already getting spotted out. Not going to be ideal. 187 playing towards the inside with that AR. Shockley was playing towards the outside with the sub. Players switching it up a little bit. Sending the sub inside, who now has an AR because, vibes. But there's a player top CD. 1 player going to be in towards that close cut mid. 187 though. Wrapping back around. Not a lot of time here. It goes for the defuse. Not going to be able to get that one planted at all. 187 gets pinched as well. And just like that, Toronto with a nice, clean offensive round win.
Yeah, man. Flawless round right there, Toronto. They slowed it down a little bit. They got that man advantage. But they got the man advantage to play the trades. They knew the bomb was over there. I mean, all they had to do was get the bomb down. Once they got the bomb down, just get into corners, into that DVD shop. Wait for Toronto to start peeking in. Now they're on match point. What is LA Dweebs going to do here?
I don't really know, to be honest. I would like to see him maybe pick up the pace a little bit, get something going pretty quick. Because their offensive rounds have been very slow, a little bit timid. Obviously, they maybe don't have the biggest game plan at the moment for these offensive rounds. We'll see if that changes. But we see a little bit of a mid-push materializing for their team. But Tenacity out towards that diner. Once again, getting a nice early pick. Tenacity with another big first blood for Toronto. Does get traded out, though. Is Carmination going to take him down, sniping him out from that middle of the map. Now LA Dweebs, once again, playing nice and slow, looking for any kind of info before they move out here. But now here we go. Towards that B site. They've got 1 player in Jenny to deal with. That's going to be Crollo. And Shockley going to run into that player. Not ideal. And he's going to get a little bit lost here. These 2 players going to channel out. They do get the trade. And just like that, LA back in a position of baby power here.
Yeah, not that. He got that 2-piece, but good trade out there for LA Dweebs. Now they're getting his bomb down to A side. They got to work after Beaky. He's looking through that little jump up area. They didn't see him coming. Jara takes down one. Beaky takes down the bomb carrier. And Toronto Falters take the search and destroy. 6-3. Or 2.
Yeah, 6-2. I mean, they needed that after that map 1, right? They had a rough map 1, losing 250 to 204. I mean, they brought things back there towards that end. They kept it very competitive, but just rough in the sense that they lost it, right? They don't want to lose a single. That might be a problem. His name is 187.
Yeah, 187. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Control Hacienda. Swing map. Both teams tied 1-1. This is going to be the side of the map who's going to go up 2-1. Biggie is big if you go up 2-1. 187 takes down Biggie. Carmination takes down Tenacity. Crollo with the trade on that, but you got LA Dweebs on this attacking side. Get into that A side, trying to get control of it. Zara with a big two-piece to tie these kills up. But right now, LA Dweebs back to the response. After those 2 big kills, trying to push up towards this secret area and towards the middle of the map. Looking like they're going to probably get towards this. I don't know what side they're going. They just, every time they get a little closer, they get taken down. Everyone finds make it to B.
Here we go. Things kicking off a little bit here. Shockley going to be on this B point by himself, trying to get a little team help. Does get a kill before going down, but his teammate's still trying to break out a spawn right now. Is that number 8 player, Trollo, just kind of wreaking havoc at him a little bit there. Is finally going to just push back a little bit. Head back, wait for his teammates to get pushed back up here. Is a nice kill coming in from Zara. LA Dweebs just having a tough time. Only down by just a few lives. Only 2 lives, but not a ton of time on the map at the moment. 35 seconds. Make it 30 seconds to try to make a play here. They've got to get on A or B. Doesn't really matter, but they got to stop this time. Toronto Falters still have Crollo pushed up, but Carmination is going to find this player out. Got to be a little bit careful. The help does come in from Zara. Big play coming in for Toronto, but LA Dweebs still trying to get this B point capped. It's going to be a little tough.
Yeah, 20 seconds left, man. They cannot get this side. Shockaloo has stopped the time temporarily on this A site, but his teammates are not close enough. They got to start finding these kills and get to the site, but these Toronto Falters are peeking out from every power position that you could possibly think of. Crollo is the last one holding down this B site. He's got to watch out for player 3 who has made his way, but it doesn't matter. The teammates are there. Shockaloo is here with 8.4. Probably the last man who could get here. Last 15 running through gate. Pushed up by Zara. 187 with a big 2-piece. 0.5 left. No time left. Toronto Falters flawless. Open the defensive round.
That's free cash right there, baby. That's free cash. Toronto Falters giving up 0 ticks. It looks like I'm going to be getting some nice little Top Life Dune channel points in my future. We'll see. Hey, not over yet. Just round 1, right? Just round 1. Toronto Falters do a phenomenal job on that opening defense. I mean, you got Crollo just staying alive, being an absolute menace, pushed up pretty much the entire round, gets pushed back a little bit, but still just stays alive, right? B's annoying, gets team help from Zara, who ends up getting, 8-9 kills, I think, on the round. Yeah, 8 and 4 from Zara, who was absolutely beaming people, but doing a great job working with Crollo, just making sure if someone's shooting at Crollo, Zara's in their face, getting them back, making sure that damage trade matters a lot for the team. Now Toronto Falters on the offensive side. We'll see if they can bring that pacing they had on the defense to the offensive side. Beaky holding down this P4 side of the map over by Rock. The 2 opening salvo kills make it the first 3 going the way of Toronto. Now Shockaloo pushing out towards P4, waiting for some team help off spawn. But Beaky on A, his teammates over towards B, stacking that point up a little bit. Shockaloo going to stop the 8 point.
Yeah, they battling over at this B side. Zara, last person alive. Here he gets the kill. Oh, he's still up alive. 3 big kills. He's going for Toronto Falters. That B side is still ticking away. 1 second is already down. This second segment's almost out the way. They're doing this nice little split to keep LA Dweebs honest, not making them just attack one side at a time. Tenacity has made his way up to this B side. The 3rd segment is starting to get progressed. Crollo and Zara is just sparing off any kill, any player that jumps on the hill. There goes 3 big kills. B should be out the way. 2 players on A, and LA Dweebs are on a bad foot here, CNK.
I mean, this round's about to be over. You got to sneak on this one now. 187 gets a kill. Carmination gets one as well, but they sneak back. Oh, he gets on. He gets the kill, and he walks off. I mean, he was going to die either way, but still. 2-0 lead for the Toronto Falters in the control, and they do it off of ticks nonetheless. And just like that, you got to think this Toronto team looking a little bit scary at the moment. I'll be honest with you, as the casino that was asking people to put points into the channel points, I'm sorry that I was telling people to go on the LA Dweebs so that I could win more money. That's a little disrespectful out of me. I'm sorry I did that, but at the same time, I'm not sorry at all. I will take those points.
Yo, man, this is absolutely insane. LA Dweebs, man, they look like their spirits are broke right now. I don't know what's going on, but the comeback is on right here on this defensive round. It's going to start. I'm going to start with this offensive round. They got to do what Toronto Falters just did with getting that big 3 down. They got 2. They got to find this last little player. That's Tenacity. Can they get him? They soloed him out, but he gets Tenacity. Getting the help by Zara from this outer BC takes down LA Dweebs. First wave at a site. Carmination side's been spotted trying to go to the B side. Zara being unkillable right now, 12-7, just being the big dog on the map right now. But Carbonation is starting to make some plays for LA Dweebs.
Yeah, Carbonation
Oh.
makes a nice little kill on Beaky. Does get taken out. I mean, Krolo is not who you want to see in that situation. The guy's 9-3. He didn't really die much. I mean, guys, just him with you. I say that as he does die, finally. Shout out to Shocklu. But still, once again, LA Dweebs, really when they get players on these objectives, it's only one person at a time, right? They're having a tough time getting a second player there. But this B point, they should be able to get stacked up here momentarily. Got to watch out, though, for that full flame coming in from Zara. Zara should have an AR in hand. LA Dweebs on this B time, getting a little mini stack going as Toronto trying to push out a spawn, but with still only one player on. But Zara on a quick little flank. Should be able to get at least one kill here. Gets one, looking for a little bit more. Does some damage. But overall, LA Dweebs looking good on B.
Yeah, we got they got 3 players here on this B side now. 2 players because we got player 3 trying to push up, trying to play the spawners, but it did do enough trying to get this B site out the way. 22-17 lives are the difference of lives at a minute to the clock. Violet with a big kill on Tenacity. Teammates should start making their way over there to that A site because they have to win this A site to keep this map going. Carbonation, he's here. Can he find his kill onto that player coming out of the secret room? No, he cannot. A minute 20 on the clock. 19-12, so LA Dweebs, they put in the trade game. They'll be all right in this round. They have to win it.
I mean, LA Dweebs doing great with that 18-12 life lead, like you were just mentioning. Get those trades going your way. But right now, they're trying to get on this A point, but Toronto did a good job. Look at that, 2 kills going the way of Toronto. But Toronto did a good job there, just keeping a player alive in Krolo in the backline, just forcing a couple LA Dweebs players out of the spawn to deal with that player, and it kind of allows Toronto to get a full reset. But Carbonation still cooking with that SMG. Is this A point still going to slowly be captured? 50 seconds remaining for LA Dweebs, so plenty of time. Only 8 lives remaining for Toronto.
Yeah, man, you got Beaky though playing up in their spawns, making them spawn out a little bit, and they gotta take down Beaky so they can get to this site. But they can play the trade, but they cannot 3 big kill, just win the favor of Toronto. So now you know you got LA Dweebs coming out from the spawns. It's gonna be up to Carbonation to try to make a play to try to back up these players. Beaky playing right next to the door, just in a ratty corner. 20 seconds to go for LA Dweebs, something that looked so promising could instantly fall on his head if one player doesn't jump on his site. 4 Toronto players left, 10 seconds to go. Violent just playing the trade when he gets taken down. Beaky is streaking for his team. Zara with a big 2-piece, and now LA Dweebs have ruined their chances at an offensive win, at a win this map. Toronto Falters win 3-0.
Maddie, guys, give me those channel points right now. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Cash those puppies out for me. I mean, I don't care who does it, but I'm just saying. Toronto Falters. I tell you what, these boys are absolutely cooking. Do a great job on their defenses as expected, right? But they did Toronto looking great for a map like Vault.
Yeah, man. They're looking great, but LA Dweebs, I think they got it here, man. I'd just go a little bit higher. 25 on this one for LA Dweebs for the comeback. It has to start right here on this vote. They win this vote, it's going to look good, but it's not going to start off if you start down with 3 down, allowing Toronto to get control of this hill. Knowing you guys are spawning back here, still in this favorable P2 spot, so you got to try to break it this time with Tenacity. He is trying to make a play. Well, I mean, no, you're not spawning on the right. You guys are spawning on the wrong side. Ladies, spawning on the wrong side. So you got to try to break in these hills, but the kills are just favoring Toronto.
I mean, Toronto doing a great job, but 187 does finally get 2 right there before going down. His teammate going to follow up with another one as well. So LA Dweebs may be able to just keep this P1 contested for now. Not able to get on that time quite yet, but only 14 seconds left, so nothing too crazy to grab anyway. Toronto grabbed that first 18. Feel very comfortable with that, but Tenacity still not dead yet on a 5 streak, just still being a menace. That P2 about to pop up. Toronto going to have the close spawns for that, and they've still got a player in the middle of the map just being annoying. That's going to be Krolo, right? He's going to force these LA Dweebs players to kill him first before they try to push for those spawns. But they've got a couple players already pushing towards pool / like that palm side of the map. But Toronto wrapping around, getting these players cut down. Carbonation going to try to hit this front, gets a little damage off before going down. LA Dweebs, their frontline players getting torn up pretty quickly here as Toronto doing a great job keeping the pressure on them.
Yeah, man, Toronto Slayers are starting to pick up. Zara Tenacity are just starting to just cook every LA Dweeb players that come into sight of their gutty. Shockloo, big two-piece, 187 with a third. LA Dweebs with the break, 24 seconds, big time for them. They got to rotate. They know they keep this hard point close. They got to try to take it to S&D where they didn't feel so confident there, but just getting through this hard point is going to be big. So they got to get ready for the rotation. Toronto Falters is already starting to play the rotations. There's going to be some big battles between player 2 and 4 and between player 8 and 5 for this next hill. Violet 187 doesn't get the first kill. They got to look for Beaky on top art. 187 does 187 does find another kill, but he does not get on this hill. But his teammates are pushed up for this next. LA Dweebs are pushed up for this next hill.
Nice nade right there out of Crollo as well. Just kind of opens things up on that outer lane. But Shockloo up nice, close, and personal. He's absolutely cooking right now on this. Okay, he's going to get ripped apart. But, I mean, he's 7 and 5, make it 7 and 6, though. Doing a good job for his team, just keeping that slaying up. But Toronto getting some nice kills here towards this P3. But guess what? I mean, LA Dweebs got a lot of time on it, right? They gained themselves that lead up by about 14, 15 points there. But now, LA Dweebs got to be a little bit careful here because Toronto going to start cooking once again with these gunfights. They've got a player up close and personal. That's going to be Tenacity on that time, trying to just stay alive. He's going to slide through. As the team cover over the top, though, does finally go down. The Carbonation trying to push up the outside of this map here is going to get ripped up pretty quick. We're going to see this rotation to P4, which is going to be a massive hill, right? This is our big money hill of the map. We'll see the Toronto Falters be the first ones there with the spawns, forcing LA Dweebs all the way towards the middle of the map as well. So LA, hope to see their nice 4-man hit towards this hill. Clearing out probably Art first here. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, they're slowing, they're taking their time trying to go the long route, but Zara is waiting in this bottom art. Now move the top part. Crossing this street is going to be the toughest task for LA Dweebs. As you just said, somebody here, 187 does get the first one on the Crollo. We do got a small little contest by player 4. That's 187 on himself, trying to get the third piece, but he cannot. He did slow the time down a little bit, weakened this Toronto Falters defense, and now LA Dweebs are trying to fight back with big 3 down. Since LA Dweebs back to the spawns.
I mean, LA there, I mean, with how staggered their push was, did a pretty good job getting some nice contest points down on this objective here, making sure that Toronto doesn't get the full 60, or like just going to get like about 45 or so here in the end. So LA, not the worst case scenario, but are going to get the full new rotational set in here as P1 going to pop up here shortly. Toronto did a great job on P1 previously. We're slaying out, making sure they had the map control they wanted for P2, and also picked up about 20 seconds on that P1. So LA Dweebs looking to try to counter that out. Already grabbing that first 8-9 seconds or so, looking to get a little bit more here as Toronto are going to show up. They are starting to get a couple kills going their way, but LA Dweebs still on this time.
Hey man, a common reload with 3 big kills right there for Toronto Falters. Now they're in LA Dweebs trying to break in. They do got the favorable the P2 spawns, but they got to watch out for Tenacity, who is just starting to pick up a 2-piece. 17 and 11, being, you know, the main slayer out here. Crollo is following up with a 14 and 8 performance. LA Dweebs, they are just being outslayed. They cannot get to a point. Every time they get a kill, there's another player from Toronto there for the trade. It's hard to get a 2-piece out here if you are LA Dweebs, but they're trying to fight. There goes a big 3, please. There goes a 2-piece as I'm speaking for both players, and now we set up for P2.
I mean, this Toronto Falters team, they've been together for 3 years, looking to try to get a ring here. They haven't been able to get one yet in the rec league, looking to get one now, up by over 60 points. But LA Dweeb's going to be on this P2. We're going to see Crollo in the area of that P2, waiting for his teammates to get pushed up the map here. But Carbonation, a good little flank, picks up 2, looking for a little bit more if he can. 187 can get that last player. Crollo goes down as well. LA Dweebs, they can get a ton of time here on this P2. They're all the way back in this game like it never happened. But 187 just trying to stay alive. But we got some players trading out in the back of the map. There's Tenacity with a nice nade. 25 seconds remaining on this P2. Toronto still want to get in, try to get at least 10, 15 of it, but LA Dweebs do a phenomenal job as they get a majority of the time on this P2. Looking great, getting ready for a P3 as well. And they did a great job slaying on this P3 and getting a lot of contest time on P3 the last time around. Let's see if they can do it again.
Yeah, big P2 though. Big P2 from LA Dweebs right there. We cannot understate how big this P2 was right there. But the rotation of P3 has to be on. Player 2 buys the first man up. He does take down Zaro, so that's big. The team has to push up. You got to get player 5 out of that top R position. That's going to be how you can control this hill and then start controlling the spawns for next. But they're right now, good time. They're just getting the time, trying to tie this game up, keep the game close, because that's what they did. That first hard point kept the game close and just managed to win it at the end. Here they are getting some good hard point times. Good hard point time. A big contest coming in for both teams, but I think that our control is going to be the difference.
LA Dweebs, though, looking solid at the moment on this P3 is what they needed. They're doing a good job. They're going to get themselves all the way back in the game from that P2 and P3. But now they might be able to get themselves the full-on lead here as well, just like that. Going to be up by 1 full point as Toronto get it contested once again, trying to get themselves back in the lead themselves. But the P4 about to pop up. Toronto had a phenomenal first P4. Looking to have an even better second one here as they get that early setup. Violent, though, this time going to be the first one into that art side of the map. So that's going to make things a lot easier for LA Dweebs for their initial push this time around.
Oh, he's getting some big kills right here. He has to wait for his teammates. He's a little hurt. He's letting stuff. Oh, his teammates got a big kill. He's playing his life, but the Toronto Falters spawn out behind him. His teammates are coming in from the front. Toronto, LA is here. They can break in. There's only one player on the hill. They got to take him off the hill. You got Carbonation watching the back of spawns. There is the break for LA dudes, but they got to watch out for Crollo. Crollo with a big 3-piece as he breaks into the hill. And that's the spirit of LA Dweebs, and they're spawning in the middle. Beaky playing cutoff, and Toronto Falters are looking to stretch their lead.
I mean, Crollo practically with the solo break right there, picking up the triple kill. Massive coming out of him right there, but that's going to be big. 10 seconds left on this P4. Should get them to the 200 points. No problem. P1 about to pop up. LA Dweebs, you got to fight for your life here. Anything past 200 points, things start to get a little bit suspect. But the LA Dweebs ready for this P1 to pop up. They're here. They've got the numbers in force. Toronto Falters trying to rotate on over. 187 fighting for his life at those pillars right now, but Beaky up top. Maybe going to get a couple little flanks in here as well. We got to watch out if you're LA Dweebs. You can't give up much of this time at all. They're getting the kills they need around this P1, getting some solid time as well. But the Toronto Falters are going to be absolutely relentless.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good fight. Toronto Falters have some good P1s in this game, and LA Dweebs could not give him a big one here. Beaky with a nice little flank with a 3-piece every time we catch a POV. We're to catch a 3-piece, big 3 pieces to end the game. Beaky on a 3, looking for his 4th. LA Dweebs do got this P2 spawns. They probably can't give it the rest of that scrap time, but you do not want to. But you do want to make sure this is a good P2. Last P2 we just saw, they had a great P2. Almost a full 60. Let's see if they can repeat the performance here. But right now, the kills are looking in favor of Toronto Falters.
Toronto Falters, 31 seconds away from being champions of the Silver Premade division. Can they get it done here? 25 more, and it's theirs. Make it 26. My bad. But LA Dweebs, not going to give up for free. These guys are an insanely talented roster as well. Definitely deserve to be here at a rough map 2 and a rough map 3, but looking to fight it back in map 4. This P2, though, going the way of Toronto very heavily at the moment. Violent trying to do something for his team. 13 more seconds, and you're going to have a problem day. Toronto Falters getting close to closing it out. Look at them solidify the defense, though. LA Dweebs, as soon as I say it, start to break on in. They get the kills they need. I mean, Tenacity's fighting for his life right now, though. Holy.
Yeah, man, 3 seconds left. Those all Toronto Falters need to be the champions, and the spawns are in their favors. LA Dweebs, they have to go. Player 3, player 4, player 1. You have to get on your horse. You got to get to this next hill, and you got to get to this next hill fast. Carbonation does start off with the first hill on to the trade, but player 8, he is here by himself. Nobody's here as this time pops off. Crollo is going to get this opening 2, 3. There's got to be a challenge. He keeps taking down. Toronto Falters are your Silver Premade champions.
After 3 long years, Toronto Falters finally get it done in the Silver Premade division. Beaky, I tell you what, you got to come back to the caster desk now because you deserve to be here, buddy. I mean, you deserve to be here before. You're a solid caster, but you know what I mean? Even more now. Shout out to Crollo for that 3-piece, by the way.